former congressman representing the 4th District, former chairman of the North Carolina Republican Party, and right now is the chairman of the North Carolina State Board of Education, and that is Bill Cobey. And Congressman, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Well, glad to be with you, Tyler.
So, Congressman, as I mentioned, obviously, when it comes to, races, especially primaries, I think endorsements are very important because when you have people running for a seat and maybe they don't know a lot about a candidate, when someone like yourself, who is very well known, decides to throw their support behind a candidate, I think that kind of shows as to who the candidate is. And so why don't you kind of describe why you've decided to support Holly Grange in this District 20 race?
One of the most difficult things is to find really, really outstanding people to serve in office, really competent people. And Holly just has an incredible background of going to West Point, getting a law degree, serving in the military for 15 years, and now establishing herself or has established herself as a successful businesswoman and vice chairman of the Port Authority down there. I particularly want more people with military experience serving not only in our General Assembly, but up in Congress. I don't think we have enough people with that sort of background. And then I have quite a number of longtime friends in the Wilmington area that I've worked in politics with for many years that are supporting Holly, including Woody White and Bobby Greer and Bob Warwick and George Roundtree, many, many people. And, that encouraged me to accept an invitation from Holly to come down as a special guest at a fundraiser last night. So that's the reason. It's not that complicated.
And, you mentioned her military background, and obviously I think I saw a report the other day, you mentioned Congress, that it's the lowest rate we've ever had of congressmen who have served. It's never been this small of a percentage. And I have to assume that if on the highest level, obviously the U.S. Congress, that you're also probably going to see you're going to see a very low number in state legislatures across the country. And that's not a good thing, especially in North Carolina when, as you're well aware, of course, right, knowing so much about North Carolina, that the military is a huge component of what defines North Carolina.
Absolutely. And when I have gotten to know about Holly, I can tell you, she's so outstanding. When she comes to serve in the North Carolina House, in very short order, she's going to be one of the leaders in the General Assembly. There's no question about it. And
not only her service, but obviously her family is also has an exemplary record when it comes to service as well. Her husband being a general and her son is also serving right now. And so she not only knows what it's like to serve, but she also knows what's going on with those that are currently serving. And obviously here in North Carolina, that's a big issue with all the military bases that we have.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A huge part of our economy is the military. And her father was a West Point graduate.
Yes.
She's a West Point graduate. Her son was a West Point graduate, and he's in Afghanistan. And guess what? One of my brothers is a West Point graduate. And last night, General Tato was there, who's a West Point graduate. And there's a lot of support for Holly Grange.
There is.